Welcome back, everyone, to the smartest year ever, our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. My name is Gordy, and because it is the final day of Mystery Week, I was just wondering, what do you do when dozens of people start dancing uncontrollably in the street, and they can't stop, not for food, not for sleep, not even to stay alive? And if I had the money, that's what you'd hear. Staying alive, but I don't have that money. Stick with me for 5 minutes. I bet you can work this into a conversation today. And also like and subscribe if you haven't, so you can keep up. I do this every single day. In July of 1518, a woman named Frau Trophäa walked out into the streets of Strasbourg and began to dance. She didn't stop, not for food, not for water, not for sleep. By the end of the week, more than 30 people had joined her. And by the end of the month, that number had reportedly reached the hundreds. They danced in the heat, they danced in the rain, and according to local chronicles, some of them danced until they died. No music, no ritual, no known cause. And this was the infamous dancing plague of 1518. It was a dancing plague in Strasbourg streets in 1518, oh yeah. It was an unexplained mass outbreak of compulsive dancing that gripped the city for over a month. At first, city officials were baffled. They consulted doctors who ruled out demonic possession, thank you medieval science, and instead they declared it a natural illness caused by overheated blood. Hot blood. Apparently, Frau Trophäa had some hot blood, but damn does she look cool. I better go dance with her. Can't stop dancing. So to solve this crisis, though, medical professionals actually built a stage and hired professional musicians thinking it would help the afflicted burn off the mania. But instead, the crowds grew, and so did the body count. So I just imagine the doctor's assistant being like, "Doctor, the stage and the music, it didn't work. The people are now dancing even harder. Do you have any other ideas?" And the doctor's like, "No, damn it, that was my only idea. If that doesn't work, nothing will." This is like trying to cure someone with paranoia by having a bunch of people walk around and videotape them. Or if you have a headache, you should buy a drum kit. Oh, your house is on fire? Here's a flamethrower. That should work to put it out. Eventually the city, though, reversed course. They ended up banning dancing, and they carted the worst affected to a shrine dedicated to Saint Vitus, the patron saint of epileptics and dancers. And they prayed for relief. What a broad set of things to be the patron saint of. But anyway, they started thinking it was divine punishment, so they banned gambling houses and brothels. But what actually caused this? One theory blamed ergot poisoning, a mold that grows on damp rye and produces LSD-like compounds. We talked about it a bit in the LSD episode from August 2nd. It can cause hallucinations and convulsions, but it's an unlikely fit. Ergot tends to cause twitching and writhing, not days of rhythmic dancing in unison. A more likely explanation would be mass psychogenic illness or mass hysteria. The idea that severe stress combined with cultural expectations can cause real physical symptoms to spread collectively like a social contagion. Strasbourg in 1518 was a pressure cooker. The region had been battered by famine, disease, floods, and religious fear. People believed in divine punishment and saints' curses. And in that context, one woman's outburst may have set off a chain reaction, like a self-reinforcing loop of fear, belief, and physical response. And the dancing itself may have been both a symptom and an outlet, the potential energy of grief turned kinetic. Incredibly, this wasn't a one-off thing. There were earlier outbreaks of dancing mania in the 1300s and 1400s from Cologne to Basel to Zurich. Shout out again to Basel, which was also the setting of the August 2nd LSD episode. And in one case, a group of dancers boogied through towns in a line holding hands. And another, they reportedly wore specific colors and danced in honor of St. John. Most of these were attributed to divine punishment or spiritual possession. But none matched the scale or documentation of Strasbourg in 1518. And that's what makes it such an enduring story. It was recorded in multiple sources, from city archives to physicians' reports. And today, the dancing plague is studied not just by historians, but by psychologists, sociologists, and neurologists, all just trying to understand how the human mind can produce contagious behaviors. So there you have it, a real historical outbreak where people danced in the streets, some to death, and no one is certain why. The Dancing Plague reminds us just how thin the line can be between mind and body, fear and fact, and Strasbourg and Funky Town. Go check out my sources, which can be found in the YouTube description. Leave me a comment, rate, like, subscribe, share this with someone who likes this sort of thing. I'd really appreciate that. Go check out the 1-minute version that I do on all social media platforms at Smartest Year Ever. You can find me there. And in the meantime, stay curious and stay clever. I had fun this mystery week. Let me know if you had a favorite in the comments. And if you like this sort of thing, I could do it again in the future. But yeah, stay curious and stay clever on our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. I'll see you tomorrow in the Smartest Year Ever.